So Neil, it must be a very welcome win on a Boxing Day local derby in front of a big crowd.
Just a bit, in front of a massive crowd at this level. Let's get that in first. I thought, to turn out 1,800 and something.
Yeah, almost twice the attendance of last Boxing Day.
What a gate that was, that come out in their numbers. It just shows, if you're doing well and you're winning, they'll back us. Local derby, but fair play to Hednesford as well. They brought a few. Yeah. I don't think we expected that many to turn up. So good gate. And I think in the end, an half decent game. Yeah. With lots of chances, lots and lots of chances. Was it a decent game football-wise? I think it took probably an hour to get going. Yeah. Having said that, in that hour prior to that, there was quite a few chances, and I know that was good play or poor defending from both sides. But really pleased to get the result. I got to be honest, I don't think there was a lot in the game in terms of us being far better than them or them being far better than us. They were better than us first half. They started better. I know we scored, but they were better in possession. They picked up the second balls in the middle of the park, and and dominated the first half really. And I know we scored first. They equalised, good goal, and we just wasn't at the races second half. Adam makes a good save from their one-on-one, but a second half a little bit more like us. Got back to doing what we do well, which is dominating all over the pitch, winning your battles, putting ball into good area, and we had all the chances second half. I'm a little bit disappointed we haven't won by a greater margin, because I think the chances that we had second half, their goalkeepers obviously made quite a few saves, whereas Adam, they had one big chance, if you like, first half. They only worked the keeper once. So we edged the second half, and we're lucky enough, if you like, to come out victorious and win the game. But like I say, I don't think there was a lot in it, and Hednesford could probably feel a little bit unlucky.
Right at the end, there was that flurry of chances that they had, and I suppose after the last two games between this side, when they had were you thinking it was going to be the same story? Yeah, I think the substitution I made gave our back four, or the 10 that were on the pitch at the time, a little bit of a breather and just recover yourself and get your shape back, because I had a throw in to defend over the far side, so we did that for that reason. But a great strike. I don't know who hit the strike. I think it was McDermott that came on. Oh right, okay. But I mean, it was an arrow, but I was right in line with it. It was hit the post. But that's their big chance to get something out of the game. I just thought second half a little bit more like us. Not like we've been the last 7 or 8 weeks. We got back to them levels as the more the game wore on, and that might be because of the Boxing Day scenario. A lot to drink, a lot to eat, probably over the festive period. Lack of game action for us as well. Yeah. But I think the longer the game went on, the more dominant we became, and the better we played. And I think over the balance of play, probably just about edged it on chances. Do you think the big crowd made a difference today? Yeah, I do. I thought there was a nervousness about both sides first half, and it's a huge crowd, isn't it, for step 3? It's a huge crowd, and then the delay. Obviously the delay, and you're coming out and warming up again and going back in, and a little bit of uncertainty on our part with not knowing what side they'd play, because it's a totally different team as good as, and what shape they play. We haven't got much information on them because they've had 2 cup games and a league game in the last 3. So any work that I did, wasn't really going to help us because of a huge squad that they've got and the changes that they've made. So there was probably a little bit of uncertainty there because I couldn't give our lads that much information. Like I say, the delay in the kick-off, big crowd, it all adds to it. And I thought there was a nervousness about both sides. But in a local derby, I think a lot of it's down to which team wants it the most. A little bit of luck that goes your way, and that's fell in our favour today. You mentioned that nervousness in the first half. That seemed to dissipate in the second half, but did you sort of have words at half-time? Oh, God, yeah. Settle them down? Yeah, because we wasn't good enough first half, and they played a similar shape to Barwell on Wednesday. Well, not a similar shape, the same shape, and that upset us on Wednesday against Barwell. And they probably had us watched the game and realised that they could probably get at us. And I thought first half, their narrow diamond against our 3 middle of the park caused a few problems. So we did a little bit of talked about that for second half and just tweaked it a little bit with the front 3 or the 2 wide players just tucking in
helping out a little bit while the ball's in the air. And I didn't think that they dominated middle of the park. Second half, I thought we did, and we picked up more second balls, won more battles, and hence had the better chances from the front three. And it's just getting the right information in. They know they weren't good enough first half, and we needed a reaction from Wednesday and from that first half. And like I say, I think the longer the game went on, we looked a little bit more like ourselves.
2 well-taken goals, I thought, as well. Perry left-footed shot, well placed, and then first goal for Kieran Morris as well.
Yeah, fantastic for Pez to start getting on the score sheet, because if there's one thing he now needs to add to his all-round play, his goals. I don't think he chips in enough, and we want more from him. But the work that he does off the ball and holding the ball up, and keeping possession for us, he's key to the way we want to play, and and getting those 2 wide players in the game and causing problems with their pace and strength. So I'm pleased that he's got a goal today in new boots, so he can keep wearing them.
Christmas present.
Yeah, I would imagine so. I'm pleased for Kieran. He's come in and played right back, centre half, and done really well for us. And I'm really pleased for him. He gets the winner. Great header. And he's topped off an all-round solid performance today. I thought he played well.
You brought in 2 new signings before the game, saw one of them briefly today. What are you hoping for from them?
Well, Tim did well when he went on. Ball retention, he keeps the ball well. Can play centre mid or as a 10 joining in off the front man. And I thought we put him on in that position today and just moved Jack Sherritt wide. And it gives you ball retention. And if anybody knows anything about Tim, they'll look at his record. He's a goal scorer as well. Gets goals, scored 16, 17 goals for Newcastle last season, earned his move to Nantwich. Hasn't quite worked out, and he's always been a thorn in our side whenever we've played a Newcastle team. Hasn't worked out in Nantwich. Obviously he's got 1 or 2 pals that played for us that were at Nantwich, and when we were made aware that he might be available, we made the move just before Christmas. Really pleased to get him on board, really pleased, because he'll score goals from midfield, and he's technically a very good footballer.
And the other lad...
as I call, he's a lad that we've had trialling with us for a couple of weeks now, and he's a lad that's been in the country 12, 18 months, and has been training with us, and he's just got something we like. Young boy, 18, 19, hasn't broken into the first team at Tipton yet, been playing in the reserves, lightning quick, and he's trained 3 or 4 times with us, and he just scores goals in training, and we've had a look, and we've had a look, and then we've had another look, and he's one that we just couldn't not do something with, and we turn away. And he's got a look of a player I had with me a few years back, Ahmed Obeng, pace-wise and goals-wise, and we just think that he's worth the gamble. So looking forward to seeing him in action.
Do you think we'll see him over the next few weeks? Obviously, got games coming.
Yeah, that's why we've done it, because like you say, we've got games coming thick and fast, games in hand, game Monday, game quickly the following Saturday against. They come, we're 2 a week, and any more bad weather, we could be 3 a week. So, want to try and keep everybody interested, everybody fit and fresh. I don't know whether you've seen today, but we got the likes of Melbourne, Curtis, Azaika went out there as well, did the warm up, did a 12-minute run. We've got lads that are doing everything they can to get themselves fit and get involved and be part of what's happening, and that's fantastic. When you leave players out, you want the right response, and you want them to be out doing the warm-up and showing everybody that they're going to do all they can to get back in the side. And I thought, a young lad like Azaika to come in and mix as he did in the dressing room and do the warm-up and then do a little bit of a run, and Curtis and Melbourne are reaching to get back involved. And the more that players do that, the fitter they become, and the more opportunity they're going to get getting back in the side.
I saw the 2 Alexes warming up before the game. How close are they to...
Well, Alex, Curtis, it's going to be all about fitness and the mental thing with a cruciate, getting through that first big tackle. Alex Melbourne's had an Achilles injury. We're trying... Well, he hasn't had an operation, and we're trying to do the rehab right. But, it's, Achilles is an injury that you've got to be really careful with, and we're trying to avoid surgery. We had the scans, and we think we can do it with rehab, so it's just slowly, but you can't fault them for doing everything they can to get fit and push themselves to get back involved. So the quicker we can get them back and available, the better.
Okay. George Cater, I saw him in the stands today, but he wasn't involved.
He wasn't involved, we haven't used George today, and wasn't involved, and he's sitting in the stand, and that's disappointing. I would have preferred him to have done a 12-minute run and done some work on the pitch, but you can't drag them out there, though.
I'm sure you'd like to.
Well, no, listen, the boys all know the situation with the way we do things here. We pick a squad and a side to win a football match, you know, on the day, and we'll do the same next Monday at Nantwich. And you want everybody to buy into it, and the majority of the boys do.
Okay. All right.
Right. No worries.
thank you.
Thank you.